Itinanggi ni Parakati ang paratang na nagbebenta siya ng droga. Pero may drug pusher sa payatas si Parakati. Itinanggi ni Parakati ang paratang na nagbebenta siya ng droga. Pero may
We're okay with it.
There's no hope in hell that he gets out. Another 300 gold.
Nice 300 gold there for HFN, and I think Pain Gaming at the same aspect are just, you know, they're okay with farm.
Even the Tide Hunter disappears if you blink.
So they are smoked up, and the ward is here, so it spots HFN all by himself. Doesn't see these other two heroes. There's the dust. It's on Yaptor. We are blinking forward. The Spike Carapace will be there to stun him up for just a moment. The X comes through as well as the Torn, but the Astro Imprisonment saves the Nyx for a moment. They've got the Rage coming through from HFN. Stunned up once more. Will be Weehaw. The boat comes in, but this isn't going to hit on anybody, and they'll only lose the Nyx for now. I think there was a Primal Roar out there, but
it's on the Tide. He's on his own. Wee's going to run him down now. Drags him back to Torrent. Forced off to safety. The trap, though. Wee's going to chase on the Static Storm for PKP. We going forward. Looking for mid one. Mid one has to... in the other lanes. Maybe they just go high ground here, though, with Tide Hunter and Nyx dead. I mean, Pain just very dominant in their position there. You saw they were waiting. They were patiently waiting. They knew that Yapsor was going to arrive soon. On top of that, you saw them take two different fights. And Beastmaster against the Tide Hunter on his own, it's such an important thing for you to find on the side of Pain because it stops the Ravage from getting in the middle of that huge clustered fight Pain we're in the middle of.
Yeah, I think Pain might grab a couple of kills and maybe wait for Roche. It's definitely something that they'd like to pick up and get the Aegis and Cheese before they really go for that high ground, because Ravage is still available when
dead.
Tide is up, but
Dust is actually dead.
Oh, missing the stun. That could just be it. Oh, yep.
So he couldn't really look for a stun in the nice place. He had to try and dodge around the trees because otherwise you get roared. So really nice kill coming out there. And the thing I was actually going to say about Duster is building that drums, just pick them up. I don't like it. I don't like drums on many supports because it just you feel like it's good. You got the movement speed. You're giving your team that movement speed buff. You're a little bit more tanky. It doesn't actually really keep you alive at all. I mean, you're still going to, despite the fact you get some extra stats, you're still incredibly squishy. They're off to get something like a Glimmer Cape, for example, but
the Primal Roar. Infested is Tavo, but how much damage he's taking from that pair, he's just forced to back away. Yapsor continuing to go in with the Spike Carapace coming out. Down as the Nyx assassin is still alive, finally drops to the wild axes of Tavo. The boat comes in as well, hitting Fada, and they're looking to re-engage on Pain Gaming.
They're contemplating it right now. King RD could go for another X opportunity, and Wee's moving forward. Got the blink, but they know that secret away. Anything that they try to chase to now will look very kind of desperate. But that could have been so much worse. You saw Tavo feeling pretty aggressive at the beginning. He throws out the Primal Roar and won't get a kill with it. And that more or less just signals secret to go. And that would have been horrible because HFN, of course, was inside Tavo at the time.
Do lose the Nyx assassin once again. And right now, Pain with 5,000. I do and believe they're just going to wait for Roche. maybe try to find a pickoff or two before they go into that Roche pit. Especially, I would say they want to look for Fada, because Ravage against the team trying to Roche is always nice, and it can set up quite a bit, especially with the Sanity's Eclipse. They drop early or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the same time, you have to be worried on the Pain, because they have Kunkka. The boat in the pit could completely win a fight. Especially seeing as soon as you hit the boat, other than people 4-stars, how are you going to get out? You're going to run straight out the front door, which means the Torrent's probably going to be waiting if you haven't already been hit by that beforehand. Same with the Strak.
So Roche, I think, up in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long of a wait.
Yeah, 2.5.
And then they will be ready to rock. And both teams, they want this. Pain, if they get it on Wii, they can easily break high ground. Secret actually is more just to stop Pain from breaking high ground right now. They'd be happy to just slow down Pain's farm and keep going. And, well, Tavo's going to increase his own as he finds kill on the puppy. Static Storm drop.
Way down. Wow.
Sneaky, you know, this is the power of the Shadow Blade. And also, with the Necronomicons, he can see Yapsil coming a mile off.
Yeah, just in case he's in a little bit of trouble. Ace checks the Roche pit, but like we just said, it's not up for another 2 minutes.
Absolutely. And HFN is actually going for the Sanj and Yasha. I like this, it tanks him up a decent amount. And Yapsil, I think they actually spotted him here.
Tavo doesn't have
no detection.
A lot of mana ware detection over in that area. They do have the Sentry Ware by the shrine, but that's about it.
You're basically praying that Yapsil comes back to you, which isn't likely to happen. King, I like this ward. No one's likely to de-ward this. It so means that you can now go Roach, and they have to go the obvious route, which we were talking about. These thin funneled areas really benefit Pain.
Yeah, both teams have some good funnel abilities, I would say. Like the Ravage as well as the bow.
Absolutely, and Ace is going for this axe next. So he knows how easily he could be found on the back foot now, and how quickly he could die. He just wants his little baby bear to live on in his memory. Carry the flame, dude.
So 8,000 network food for Pain Gaming. Staying forward, staying aggressive, looking for that pickoff before Roche is Roshan is back up. And they are really starting to extend this into a hefty lead that I don't know if... I won't say Secret can't come back from it, because it's only 10,000.
Well, this won't help them. They're about to walk straight into Wii. Wii goes all right in the puppy. The stun's coming through. He needs that use BKB. He's stunned down. The Ravage comes out. The Static Storm was thrown onto him. They haven't got any follow-up now, but the Yules might find them a kill on the Kunkka. They're chasing. Onto that disruptor, but if you lose HFN here, I mean, you're basically going to secure the Roche pit because it's up in just 10 seconds, and they have secured it.
Yeah, that was exactly what Secret needed, and I was going to kind of get towards that as that fight sort of broke out, but they did exactly what they needed to do. 10,000, not a lot of gold for this Secret team to really overcome. I don't think it's ever out of their hands with both with a Lone Druid as well as a Outworld Devourer. But, they get those kills. HFN set back really hard on that fight.
Yeah.
Didn't get involved until they came to the stairs by him, and I just was really surprised to see him that far back.
Feels like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. As we clearly wanted to go.
Yeah, nobody else really followed him.
That's perfect from Puppy the way you read that, because, HFN. No, this can't be happening.
Nice. Bringing him over to Duster for a moment. They'll get the stun. HFN in a little bit of trouble, down to about half health. They continue on forward. There's the Rage. Split Earth lands on 2 to keep them back, but HFN playing a game of thin ice at the moment.
Oh, Primal Roar coming out. Tavo does find Tide again, but Fado is not a prime target for you.
And they have no follow-up there as everybody's using that Shrine. It does push them back, and they look for Roche off this, which is quite nice.
They know Ravage is not available.
Yeah, they don't have Ravage to work with or Sanity's Eclipse.
Static Storm is available, though.
Those big spells for Secret is... They throw down the kinetic field, Roche down to about half health. They look over at the bear. HFN's got to be very careful down to about half health, and he does heal himself back up, hitting that bear. They'll take the gold, and Weeha now stuck here with the kinetic field. The BKB's going to be popped as well as boat coming on through. They've got the Split Earth. Only hit on the bear is the boat. And let's see if they're able to find anything off this. There's the Static Storm, not landing on anything either, and this is turning into a bit of a just Secret able to use stuff to push them back. They do get King RD.
Yeah, flopped ults coming out repetitively from both teams, but Secret can't get back here.
So I don't ready to steal his ages.
He hasn't got BKB, though. Difficult. But there's the buyback. King RD on his way. They are going to contest this, and Far needs to stand his ground. HFN on the back foot, looking for a kill on the Yapsaw, and he'll be able to get it. No, Root in place. HFN protected, but the Ravage comes out. The funny kill the Delta returns straight around the life as well. The Sands Eclipse to kill him off, chasing on for more Wee, just hiding. But how long can you hide? They get the kill on the puppy. That was King RD and Wee. He's next to hit the deck. Refraction just wearing it out, tries to blink away, will make it a safety. But that Roche, this has been bouncing back and forth, but finally Secret feel like they may have actually secured it.
Yeah, the second Weehawk tried to come into that fight was right when Sanity's Eclipse and Ravage were available. They both get popped. Ravage hits Weehawk as he blinks into the fight. It stops everybody in their tracks on Pain Gaming, and that ultimately becomes a problem, and they aren't able to really make much of it as if Weehawk does grab a Constellation Courier.
It was very ballsy, considering how low he was. That could have went very wrong if you were careful. Yeah. But yeah, the thing that you see there is, like you said, the Ravage coming off cooldown, and Pain, it just felt like they'd invested so much at that point. They thought, we can't let them have this. We have to stop this. But Kunkka wasn't ready. He bought back. He wasn't in position. He didn't have the boat at the right moment. And then Tidehunter just has to stand in the middle of the river and scream King of the Hill as he uses Ravage, wins the fight for his team.
And now this game back to even in terms of net worth. So Pain Gaming that once had a 10,000 net worth lead, it's gone all the way back. There's still opportunity with Pain Gaming having Weehawk and their Lifestealer top of the net worth. So you know, an even game, it's not out of their hands as it's dropped so much. But Secret definitely finding their momentum here and looking to push forward with the Aegis and Cheese.
So Shiva's actually coming out very soon for mid one, and when you look at Pain's lineup, the worst thing for them, like, what has allowed them to take fights so far is their just kind of superior positioning, the way they were able to split up and then come in. But Shiva's, it's not only going to protect mid one against the right clicks in the middle of a fight, it's going to allow him to actually slow them down on that re-engage.
It seems like a little bit of communication issues on Pain Gaming with when in fact to go in. But yeah, Secret's had some great positioning, and they've really taken advantage of the poor positioning of Pain Gaming at these fights.
If they can just milk the map and make sure the Secret don't really get much out of this Aegis, then by the time that's expired, we will probably have a nullifier. And in this type of game, consider the mid one, consider who we just talked about, he still hasn't gone to that BKB yet. Eventually he's going to, and then he's prime target. In the meantime, it's probably going to be the Tidehunter just to stop the Pipe and Mech coming out so you can kill him quick enough. I mean, it's a good item all in all. It's kind of future-proofing at this point, because as we just said, there's not really BKBs right now on the side of Secret.
Yeah, and they've got the Silver Edge ready on Beastmaster, Tabo. Who's his prime target, you think, with that Silver Edge?
It's probably the Tide, yeah, because that, like, when he's got Ravage, he needs to disappear quick, and you see how long it takes him when he's got the Kraken Shell.
Yeah, they've been struggling to kill Fada the last couple of fights. We might find the bear.
It's decent stat gain as well, so it's not the worst choice. And actually, Prime Roar on the bear. They'll go straight for it, and they'll get the kill. And this is also, it sounds weird, it's not the worst choice to Silver Edge the bear as well, because it stops the roots, and we say how fatal a root can be in the middle of the fight, but Secret, they want to go high ground. HFN is here. They look to back up.
And they're looking for a setup as they do have that Ravage as well as the Sanity's Eclipse, and now they know the Glyph is gone, so they might let these two catapults come in. They might wait for a creep wave, I'd say, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to retreat.
They force them back. Like, the more important thing here is that you stop Pain from taking more of your towers, because right now you've exposed Pain's base, right? If you take a good fight, walk in, take the whole place. But Secret's advantage comes from the fact they've kept two of their tier 2s alive up to this point. Tavo looking towards the BKB next here, which I agree with. I think it's the biggest important factor about these BKBs is stopping mid one from just increasing his intelligence.
Yeah, and that big fight by Roche, Sanity's Eclipse did quite a bit, and of course that was lined up with the Ravage, so that together is just those in succession are going to really destroy you.
Upan moving forward. Puppy actually got a Vitality booster here. Is he actually going for the Spirit Vessel? It wouldn't be the worst choice against so many Strength heroes. Obviously not great to use against Lifestealer, but on the Beastmaster plus the Kunkka, not too bad. Yapsaw though, he does have a gem. He sees Tavo, the Yules. There'll be a stun waiting you when you come down. The movement forward, mid one's there as well. Tavo will disappear, and that's the entrance kill they've been looking for. He does not have buyback available.
He's gone for 80 seconds with no buyback. That means there's no counter push if you wanted to go out and use the boar as well as the necro creeps to try and push to force back Secret. It puts Pain Gaming in a really poor spot, and now they're going to have to defend 4v5.
They're actually fine because the creep waves are so pushed in that by the time you get to the base, they're not even going to know if he's got buyback or not. They're just going to assume he's not using it. Infada, way too far forward. Dobermans comes down, the Ector's there, the stun, pull him back, and he will die. That's your tide, that's your tankiest individual. Look how quick it dies. And Ace, chasing on for more. Once we get this kill, his tail comes down, they'll turn around. We take a lot of damage, stunned up and ruined. He'll die. Sandy's Eclipse a mid one. He charges forward. They want more. Now that they've got Templar, Cesson dead, they'll look to push for this high ground.
Yeah, they've got the creep wave coming in. No Weeha for 80 seconds. If they could force the buyback, that would be nice. But it doesn't look like they're going to take an aggressive approach, considering they no longer have they don't have Ravage. So it's bad for Pain Gaming in that moment to lose Weeha. But it could have been much worse, and they've got some fortunate timing with the Aegis. I think if they still had the Aegis, they'd go, even though they don't have the Tide. But without the Aegis, without Tide, there's no reason to pressure that situation and try and go to the high ground like that.
I mean, it keeps looking like Secret are winning, right? Like they can go high ground every time, and like we said last time, the creep waves just push so far out, and this is actually the power of Templar Assassin. Like you plop down a few of your traps in lane, and you just keep it pushed out for so long. And it really is an insurance policy on high ground pushes.
Yeah, so they're able to hold. Taba will be back up. Weeha back in 30. Doesn't have to expend the buyback, which is...
second one they haven't had to expend.
Yeah, very crucial here.
But yeah, the point is similar. Well, Taba will have the BKB soon. It should help a decent amount, but we've actually seen how well Secret combo stuns.
Might not have it. Yapsor is coming around the back. Taba just kind of AFK for a moment. They look for the stun. They still have the gem. The Euphos is there. They'll get the Impale with mid one moving in as well. They'll have this kill. Tabo gone once again. And this time it's 90 seconds without buyback.
And a few of the creep waves are actually pushed in, the mid one especially, so... no joke intended mid one, but he will move across the rest of the team. They'll push in. They have got the Ravage available, and this is really awkward for them. So we've just said their advantage is that they keep the waves pushed out, but a little bit hard to do now.
Creep wave gets cleaned up, and Secret, they're just trying to find these creep waves, push them in a little bit more, and maybe find an opening. And at the moment, it's a little bit tough. It's definitely tough to go high ground against this Pain Gaming lineup. So Secret trying to play it perfectly. They might just continue to push in until Roche is back up. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Then you've got Refresher Shard if you're able to take that Roche on, which will be giving them a second Ravage to work with. So if you just continue to pressure Pain Gaming, keep them from really farming too much, getting out of their base, you're fine. And if they do come out of their base, you might even find a pickoff and then go high ground. So it sets up quite nice for Secret overall.
I'm just trying to work out whether Ace is going to go for the Entangle cooldown or the Battle Cry. They're actually both really good here because we were just saying if you actually get the combo off, there's no BKB coming out from whoever you target on Pain. But if we get this off, you're a little bit concerned. If the Raw pierces that, especially at this point in the game, when you're getting down to those lower BKBs, that's going to end up, once you get down to 5 seconds, it's going to be at least half the duration of your BKB wasted. And that's not even equating the time it takes you to run back to them. So I feel like he maybe just goes for the Battle Cry piercing because it works so well against the lifesteal as well. But you could go either way. Depends how much attack speed you think you've got. But with a Basher as well on that bear, I imagine it's going to be the Raw.
You'll see he just picked up a Tomonology. He's trying to push himself to that next level.
Well, he knows the game's going to drag on for a few minutes more, so he might as well get a bit of light reading.
Well, he doesn't even need it at this point. He's really close to 25. Maybe we'll give it up to somebody.
Pain already posturing. Roche is about to come up, and the info will be there for Secret. They actually need to get a bird across, so any moment they feel like it.
Yeah, Pain, this is a do-or-die moment for them. They do have a couple of buybacks available, but if they lose this Roshan, like... That's bad. They
actually can't Roche because they need to get the lanes pushed out again.
Yeah.
Because Secret, with what they have in their lineup, if they jump on your high ground, you're going to lose at least one lane, and that would be worthwhile trade for them, even if you get the Roche still.
So let's see what they're able to do.
So, yep, they actually did go for the Battle Cry Spellamini. I'll say it's great. It just allows you to run away. the same time,
they're coming over too slow. Pain Gaming's going to miss this. It's too slow of a reaction. They all had to go back. They had to push out this creep wave. Now they're not there. The double Ravage will be available, and Secret have the second life. They have Cheese. They have double Ravage. They're ready to go, and this will be their moment if they try to look for a fight. But Pain, they're trying to cut off somebody, maybe look for a pickup. They might even find Puppy.
They want to get him.
That's actually a prime tried for the X, but
base is nearby. They ping onto him instead. He hasn't got the Aegis, remember, so they jump through him the primal roll and nullify to make sure he can't do anything about this ace. Saved by the Astral now. Needs to be careful. The boat coming in, but Fana holding on to the Raps in the meantime. They're going to look to flip this. There it is. It comes out. The Static Storm as well. Tavo not too far because it's BKB running, but HFN, he will be turned into a piggy and die off. They have to actually get out. Duster is so close to death. In fact, if it wasn't for the boat, he'd be dead. And they have to leave King RD behind. Chasing for more though, they see Tavo as well. He's going to be chased onto. Yapsor's here. Hasn't got the impale for 5 seconds. They'll just run him down and make sure he cannot move away. Remember, his escape item was a Silver Edge, and there it is. They get the kill. Mid one. Oh, this man is godlike at this point. He's having a fantastic game.
Actually beyond godlike at this point. And
True.
They have Tavo gone for 80 seconds and 50 seconds gone on the Conca. It's just, they're going to force out the buyback on HF, and they'll look to get to the high ground. They used one Ravage. I believe Tide still has that refresher shard ready. And we'll see if Pain are able to hold on to this as HFN has bought back. So it's a 3v5, 14,000 net worth lead for Secret as they go and try to take this top tier 3. Glimpse comes back. They turn this Leshrac into a pig, take out Duster so quickly, and they'll continue on towards the racks. Weehaw over bottom, just trying to push out, maybe find something of his own. But his top racks are already gone.
They're going to lose the entire base if they don't get back right now. But what can two of them do? The answer really is nothing. And
he moves over on a Duster. 3 shots. Be here from enough as the whole team is here. GG's called by Pain Gaming, and Secret will take game 1.
see what we're talking about, like with those big torrents and ghost ship in the early mid game, and then you get to this stage of the game and everyone just shrugs. I mean, they had the right idea by putting them in position 4. This game was actually incredibly close.
That one bad fight that